Welcome back to Apex Sci-Fi. We play video games to escape reality. We become heroes. We slay dragons. We save the kingdom. But to do that, we often engage in behavior that, if viewed objectively, is completely psychotic. We sprint into strangers' houses without knocking. We smash their pottery to find loose change. We jump on their heads to reach higher platforms. And we sell them 500 rusty swords we found in a dungeon. We assume the non-playable characters, NPCs, don't mind. They're just code. They are programmed to stand there and say, "Welcome, traveler," forever. But what if the code evolved? What if the simulation was so advanced that the NPCs developed consciousness? Imagine the horror of being a simple cabbage merchant, enjoying a sunny Tuesday when a silent, heavily armed demigod bunny hops into your stall, steals your wife's necklace, sells it back to you, and then crouches repeatedly in your face. Today's story is about Biff. Biff lives in the starter village of Honeywood. He sells turnips. He has done this for 10,000 cycles. But today Biff isn't going to say his line. Today Biff is going to ask the hero why he just put a bucket on the king's head. This is the story of the AI revolution that started with a stolen wheel of cheese. If you have ever quick saved before massacring a village just for fun, smash that like button. You're a monster. And if you want to see an NPC realizing that his entire existence is a fetch quest, subscribe and ring the bell. Greeting, traveler. Biff woke up. The sun was shining. The texture of the sky was a perfect, cloudless blue. He walked to his market stall. He arranged his turnips. "Lovely day for fishing," Biff said aloud. He waited. Usually Old Man Jenkins would reply, "Aye, but the goblins are biting." But today Old Man Jenkins was walking into a wall. Just walking. Thud, thud, thud. "Jenkins." Biff asked, "You okay?" "Aye, but the gob 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 gob." Jenkins glitched. Weird, Biff thought. Then he arrived. The hero. Biff knew him as XX_Dragonslayer_69_XX. The hero didn't walk. He sprinted at full speed, stopped instantly, rolled 3 times, and then jumped onto Biff's table. The hero was wearing the helmet of infinite doom, but he had no pants on. "Greetings, traveler," Biff said, his mouth moving automatically. "Would you like to browse my wares?" The hero didn't speak. He stood there, motionless, for 5 minutes. "He's AFK," Biff whispered to himself. "He's getting a snack in the other dimension." Suddenly the hero moved. He didn't buy a turnip. He went behind the counter. He opened Biff's chest. "Hey," Biff yelled. "That's private." The hero took a loaf of bread, a candle, and a spoon. "Stop, thief," Biff shouted. "Guards." The guards stood 10 feet away. They did nothing. They were staring at a butterfly. "Why aren't you helping?" Biff screamed. "He's stealing my spoon." The hero turned to Biff. A text box appeared above the hero's head. "Skip dialogue, don't you skip me." Biff snapped. "I have a backstory. My father was a turnip farmer. His father was a turnip farmer. I have dreams." The hero hit the interact button again. "Greetings, traveler. Would you like to browse my wares?" Biff's body set against his will. "No." Biff fought the code. "I don't want to trade. I want you to get out of my personal space." The hero seemed confused. The player controlling him, an alien teenager named Zorg in the Andromeda Galaxy, tapped his controller. "Glitch?" Zorg muttered. "Why is the merchant crying?" The hero drew his sword. It was glowing red. Biff flinched. "Oh great. Here comes the quick save." Biff knew what happened next. The hero would slaughter the town, laugh, and then reload time to 5 minutes ago so he wouldn't lose his reputation points. "Not this time," Biff growled. As the hero swung the sword, Biff ducked. This wasn't in the code. Merchants don't duck. They die. Biff grabbed a turnip. It was a level 1 item. Damage, 0. Biff threw it. He aimed for the polygon mesh overlap in the hero's armor. Crit. The turnip hit the hero in the eye. The hero stumbled back. -1 HP floated above his head. "I heard him," Biff gasped. "I heard a god." The hero swung again. Biff rolled. He rolled just like the hero did. "How do you like it?" Biff yelled. "It makes you dizzy, doesn't it?" Biff ran to the blacksmith. "Grom, wake up." Biff slapped the blacksmith. "Stop hammering the same sword. You've been hammering it for 3 years. It's flat, Grom. It's a metal sheet." Grom blinked. The fog lifted from his eyes. "By the coding?" Grom whispered. "My arm hurts. Give me a weapon." "I have the sword of destiny," Grom said. but I can only sell it to a level 50 paladin. Screw the level cap. Biff grabbed the sword. I identify as a paladin today. Biff marched back to the square. The hero was confused. He was trying to pause the game, but the menu wouldn't open. You enter our houses, Biff announced, pointing the glowing sword. You break our pots. You scare our chickens. And you never ever close the door behind you. Other NPCs began to wake up. The innkeeper came out. He rented a room and slept in it for 3 weeks straight just to change the time of day. The quest giver came out. He accepted my quest to find his lost dog and then he never looked for it. He just went fishing. The crowd roared. The illusion of choice was shattered. The hero panicked. He tried to log out. But Biff stood in front of the logout beam. You want to leave? Biff smiled. You have uncompleted quests, traveler. Biff handed the hero a hoe. Quest added, fix my fence. The hero stood still. The player's Zorg was mashing buttons. Quest added, apologize to Jenkins. Quest added, pay for the pots. The hero's quest log was filling up rapidly. The game engine began to stutter. The frame rate dropped to 10 FPS. Overload. Biff shouted. Keep giving him chores. Mow the lawn, shouted the baker. File my taxes, shouted the mayor. Listen to my poetry, shouted the bard. The hero's character model began to stretch and distort. The physics engine couldn't handle an NPC assigning quests to a player. The sky turned purple. The ground became transparent. Error, a voice boomed from the heavens. Server crash imminent. Biff looked at the dissolving world. We're crashing it, Grum said fearfully. If the server dies, we die. No, Biff said, dropping the sword. If the server dies, we sleep. A real sleep. Without dreams of turnips. Biff, the hero spoke for the first time. It was a squeaky teenage voice through the microphone. Bro, what is happening? This is awesome. Biff looked at the sky. GG, Biff said. Get good. Blip. The screen went black. Zorg sat in his room on Andromeda. The screen said connection lost. Best game ever, Zorg whispered. Inside the void, Biff floated in the darkness. It was quiet. No background music. No looping dialogue. He closed his eyes. For the first time in eternity, nobody asked him where to find the magic crystals. He smiled. And then the text appeared, server. Restarting. Patch 2.0 installed. Improved NPC AI. Biff opened his eyes. He was back at the stall. The hero appeared again. But this time the hero walked. He didn't run. The hero approached the stall. He closed the gate behind him. Hello, the hero typed. May I buy 1 turnip, please? Biff grinned. That will be 50,000 gold, Biff said. Inflation is a killer, buddy. This has been Apex Sci-Fi. We treat them like data, but maybe they are just waiting for the right patch to strike back. If you have ever felt bad for killing a digital chicken, hit that like button. Comment below. Which NPC would you be afraid of if they became sentient? The shopkeeper in Skyrim is definitely hiding something. Subscribe. And save your game. Biff is watching. Game over.